Peace to the family, was goody. It's your boy back with another episode. I'm the host, Jody Wins. Welcome to the Jody Wins Show. We had we fresh off of Allstar weekend. I'm gonna start off by saying the shit was ass, major ass. I don't understand what the NBA is doing, but they keep going down and down and down every year. That shit was cheeks. How they did it this year, the format, it was 4 teams, and then they had a tournament. So it was 4 teams: Team Chuck, Team Kenny, Team Shaq, Team Candace. Because it's pretty much the last year of NBA inside the NBA on TNT. So they kind of like honored them the whole thing. It was the 4 teams. They played each other. Whoever wins goes to the next round. Whoever wins goes to the next round for the championship. Every game was the first of 40. Whoever scored 40 points first won. I thought the shit was ass. Nigga, the shit was ass. Like, I'm not even finna cap. That shit was trash. The format is ass. But we gonna get into it. So we had Team Chuck go against Team Kenny. Team Chuck won 41-32. The first game, SGA had 12 points. Them niggas shot 62% from the 3. For Team Kenny, Darius Garland led the way with 6 points off the bench. So they was gonna get cooked no matter what because nobody was scoring like that. Then the second game, we had Team Shaq go against Team Candace Parker. Team Shaq won 42-35. Dame had 9 for Team Shaq. Dalton Connect had 8. So Team Chuck had pretty much basically the foreigners, the overseas players born outside of America. Team Kenny had the young all-stars like Anthony Edwards and all them. Team Shaq had the OGs, LeBron, KD, Steph. Candace had the young rising stars like Dalton Connect, Stephon Castle, all them. But anyways, so yeah, we had Shaq beat Candace 42-35. Dame had 9, Connect had 8. So Shaq advanced to the championship game to play against Team Chuck. Team Shaq won 41-25. Tatum had 15 for Team Shaq. Curry had 12 for Team Shaq. For Chuck, Wemby led the way with 11 points. Like I said, the shit was ass. They had long breaks in between and all type of shit. Like, shit was fucking ridiculous. Shout out to Steph Curry, though. He won the MVP of the game, I guess, or tournament, or however you want to say. Total points, he had 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. I knew he was going to get the MVP kind of before it all started because the NBA All-Star game was in San Francisco and the Golden State Warriors is in San Francisco. So, yeah, I pretty much knew he was going to get that. I think the All-Star game is pretty much dead. I ain't going to even cap. What they need to do, from my view, is go back to how it used to be. Go back to how it used to be, East versus West, and each player represent the team that they came from. So, like, if you came from Phoenix Suns, you wear the Phoenix Suns jersey. If you came from LA, you wear the LA jersey. You feel me? Like, so if the All-Star game is on the West Coast, all the West teams wear the home jersey of their original team. And then all the East Coast teams wear the away jersey from their original team. That's how it used to be, and that shit used to look beautiful on the court. I'm not even finna cap. That shit was fire. But how they do it now is pretty much cheeks. Then they trying to change up the format. Like, fuck all that. The shit is done. I think I heard Jeff Teague them say they should wear the Mitchell and S throwback. That would be fire because we used to rock throwbacks back in the day. But the format that they got it going as, the shit is ass. Like, the shit is fucking dumb. The niggas don't play hard. Like, you have to give them a reason to play hard. I think the winner should get like $1 million and then the loser should get like $100K. That's a big difference. You know what I mean? Or the 100K. That's a big difference. That's $900K difference. Motherfuckers will play for that extra $900K. But yeah, the game is ass. The game was boring. It's been boring for like shit since Kobe. You know what I mean? Probably even before that. You know what I mean? That's that. Shout out to Steph Curry for getting MVP. Like I said, he had 20, 10, and 2. The skills challenge, I ain't never really been a big fan of the skills challenge competition. But we had Mobley and Mitchell won that. During that game, during that challenge, I guess, Chris Paul and Wemby they found a loophole, and I fucked with it. I respected it, Chris Paul. I respected it. So he was completing all the bounce passes. But when it came to shooting shots, they were just throwing the ball. Just because it's about who finished with the fastest time. So I respect it, but they got disqualified for they got disqualified for it. Motherfuckers was booing and shit. But I respected it. Like, that's Chris Paul being a genius, you know what I mean? Trying to get his team an advantage. I thought they should have that was clever. But Mobley and Mitchell won that. Shout out to Mobley and Mitchell. The Cavs was representing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Post LeBron Cavs. They had 3 All-Stars. Darius Garland was there. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Cavs. We had Tyler Hero. He won the 3-point contest. That was probably the most competitive event of the whole weekend. Buddy Hield was on that nigga ass though. Pause. Like, I think Steph Curry one year had 31. Buddy Hield hit 31 in the first round, so he led them in the first round. But Tyler Hero just, you know what I mean, won it at the end. Buddy Hield was on his ass at the end. He just missed, you know what I mean, he started missing shots. But shout out to Tyler Hero. We had the Rising Stars game. Stephon Castle won the MVP of that game. That nigga gonna be nice in a couple years, and then he with Wemby and Fox, so that nigga gonna be ridiculous. Then we had the dunk contest. You know, shout out to Matt McClung. He had 4 perfect dunks with 50 points. My only thing with the dunk contest is the shit was ass. You know what I mean? But are these niggas really out here practicing these dunks? Cause like, there's no way you niggas had weeks to prepare for this shit. Niggas went out there missing regular in-game dunks. They was doing these dunks that motherfuckers do in the game, in regular games, and they was missing them. So it's just like, bro, y'all niggas gotta be practicing these dunks. What the fuck are y'all doing? Just going out here freestyling or something, doing dunks y'all never done before? Like, this shit is crazy. But shout out to Eminem, shout out to Matt McClung. When I say Eminem, I'm talking about Matt McClung. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it because he, you know, likes white. But now, I fuck with what Matt McClung did, but let's not, and this is no hate, you know, shout out to Matt McClung. He pretty much saved this year dunk contest. But let's not act like he not using the person he jumping over to grab the ball off his head. He pushing off of them. Like, let's not act like he not doing that. I'm not knocking what he did. Every dunk he jumped over something. But every dunk, you can see the force of him on the person jumping over him. The person under him is moving, holding their body up. That gives you an extra lift, you know what I mean, when you jumping over them. But I'm not knocking it. It's great. It's creative. But let's not act like my nigga not doing that. But shout out to Matt McClung. I think the weakest part of the event was, I'm a LeBron fan, but the weakest part is LeBron waiting until the last minute to say he not playing, so nobody can replace him. Like, I thought that was some whole shit. I thought that was it was giving diva vibes, you know what I mean? Like, when Giannis went down, they replaced him with Trae Young. When Anthony Davis went down, they replaced him with Kyrie Irving. LeBron waited till the last motherfucking minute so nobody can replace him. And then on Team Shaq, they all took a picture, all the OGs. They took a picture. Everybody had the uniform on, but LeBron was in street clothes, but he was in the picture. And I'm just like, bro, you always got to try to do some, you know what I mean? He always got to try to be the one, you know what I mean? Like, this shit is crazy, bro. Like, that's one thing I don't respect that shit. Like, bro, you could have been replaced. You could have gave it to somebody that's more deserving, you know, like, that could have been somebody else's first All-Star game. Like Norman Powell with the Clippers, that nigga been hooping. Like, don't get me wrong, he not as big as a name. But a lot of people were saying he should have been the All-Star. So, y'all don't fuck with that. But I think the highlight of the motherfucking weekend for me was when Kevin Hart and Shaq was roasting each other. That nigga Kevin Hart said, "Why you have nursing shoes on with a suit?" I was fucking dead. Like, that shit was hilarious. He said, "Take the neck brace off." I was fucking weak. But yeah, that was probably the highlight of the motherfucking weekend. Yeah, shout out to Curry. Shout out to the winners. Shout out to Stephon for winning MVP of the. Shout out to Stephon Castle for winning MVP of the Rising Stars. Shout out to Matt McClung for winning the dunk contest 3-peat. He the first to ever do that. Shout out to Tyler Hero for winning the 3-point contest. Shout out to Mobley and Mitchell for winning the skills. And shout out to Curry for winning MVP of the All-Star game. You know, I think the NBA won't be back until the 19th. They got one game on the 19th. I think it's Lakers versus Hornets. And it's crazy because they just tried to do this trade, Dalton Connect for Mark Williams. They tried to trade, but Mark Williams didn't pass the physical, so they had to send the players back. And neither player is playing. They like, I don't want to play for them no more because they tried to trade me. And now the teams is going against each other, so that's shit kind of ironic. But anyways, the Hornets trying to, protest that he felt that, all of that shit. But it is what it is. And we had Drake and P&D drop their album, Some Sexy Songs for You. Drake back, you know what I mean? Like, Drake, that Give Me a Hug. I fuck with that song. I've been bumping that so much. I still fuck with Kendrick too, but I fuck with this Give Me a Hug shit. Like when that nigga said, only reason I ain't got a girl and I ain't getting married because I'm really out here filling up the itinerary till I'm in the cemetery. I was just like, oh, that nigga back. I was lit. But yeah, shout out to Drake. They broke records on Apple Music, first day, you know what I mean? We all know motherfuckers talking about, Kendrick and Drake. Niggas are still gonna bump Drake, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because all the people that diss Drake made hits for. You know what I mean? They only got hits because Drake was on their song. Drake put a lot of people on. And now I want Drake to just be like, fuck all these niggas. Because Kendrick ain't giving features like that. Kendrick ain't giving out hits like that. You know what I mean? Kendrick ain't doing features with all these people. Drake was. I want Drake to let these niggas starve. You know what I mean? Like, when he was getting ate by Kendrick, motherfuckers was silent for Drake. You know what I mean? And then Drake came back out, now DJ Khaled talking about I got an album dropping and Drake is on there and Drake was like, I ain't on that shit. I ain't getting on that. And you know what I mean? That's the energy I want Drake to have. Fuck all y'all niggas. I want that nigga to get back with YMCMB. You know what I mean? Nicki Minaj and Weezy and get it cracking. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want them niggas to do. But that's all we gonna get into today. I'll see y'all in the morning. Like I said, we just had a short weekend, just All-Star weekend. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.